Over again. There was a time when I was very much younger when I used to find myself at odds with the police in various countries, sometimes for trivial things, but on other occasions in matters of life and death where people were being shot or severely injured. I've been stopped, questioned and searched by everybody from the RUC in Belfast in 1972 to the Turkish gendarme in Istanbul in 1978 as before martial law was declared. I've also had friction with the police in places like Syria and Israel, and indeed even the Soviet Union. And yet, I have never once been assaulted by the police in those places, let alone shot. Following the unfortunate incident at Manchester Airport, I thought that I might offer a few tips to people on how not to get shot, beaten up, or kicked in the head by police officers. The first rule to follow is a very, very simple one. It is to obey the police. If they say, put up your hands, do so. If they say, get down on the ground, get down. If they say, walk away from here, then just go. It's a bit like the kids' game, Simon Says. The police say, turn out your pockets. The police say, hands up. The police say, put your hands on the wall. You see, it's easy enough. The second rule is very simple. Don't shout and swear at the police if they are confronting you. It will not end well. Here's a handy general tip, one which has served me very well over the years. If the police seem agitated or annoyed with you, or just generally tense and twitchy, raise your hands like this to show that you don't have a concealed weapon. Then take a couple of steps back to show that you're not seeking a physical confrontation. Don't stare into their eyes like this as though you're challenging them. Look down submissively and let them know that they are in charge of the situation. All those things will lower the temperature and ensure that things will pass off peacefully. Whatever you do, don't make any sudden movements. That really is a rookie error. If a police officer thinks you're going for a gun or something. Most police are men, and if you start staring at some guy and moving towards him while shouting and swearing and waving your arms about, this is very likely to end in a physical confrontation, whether the man is a police officer or just some guy in a pub car park. Most of us know this. If you do it to some random guy round the back of the pub, it might possibly end up in a shoving match or a fist fight. But if you do it to a man armed with a pistol, taser, gas, or metal baton, then matters can swiftly escalate to something a lot more serious. Don't do it, it's not worth it. The police usually have weapons of some sort about them, and not only that, they can radio for reinforcements, which you probably cannot. I do not say that the police, either in this country or anywhere else, are always in the right, or that they do not suffer from prejudices or bad attitudes. Sometimes they do. The time to sort out all that, though, is not in the heat of the moment, but perhaps a day or two later when you might want to write to a superior officer or the Minister of the Interior or something to complain. At the time, just do exactly as you were told, no matter how foolish and pointless it might seem. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about here. Whenever people get into a scrap with the police, they usually come off worse, and it's always unnecessary. Keep quiet, do as you're told, and you will usually be fine.